Hey, what's up interwebs? I'm that toy guy, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Pacific Rim Ultimate Striker Eureka. So here it is, and I do have the box, but again, it's in the garage, on the shelf, blah blah blah, I'm not going to get it out. But I do have this, which I will gladly chuck onto the floor. Did it break yet? No, it hasn't broken yet. Okay, so here is Striker Eureka, and right off the bat, this thing is amazing. Now, I did really enjoy Pacific Rim. I know the movie, acting-wise, wasn't the greatest. Story-wise, it was okay, but it was still a spectacular movie. Like, effects-wise, and just, oh god, it was just so awesome to watch it in theaters on the big screen, and then when you bring it home, it's a big screen movie. It's one of those movies you have to see in theaters. So, yeah, this movie was awesome, and the toys that came out for it were also amazing. They do have QC, like NECA does have some QC issues. This is made by NECA, by the way. But overall, these figures are really nice. Now, quickly, just to get the comparison out of the way, if I can get it unclipped from whatever it's clipped on. Here's Skydive next to it. As you can see, it's a lot taller than a Deluxe. I know Deluxes are like 5.5 inches. I think this is about 7 inches tall. Not 100% sure, and I don't have the measuring tape here, so I can't check that. I do have a ruler, a very, 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 very old, crappy, chopped up ruler, but it is about 19 centimeters tall, so take that as you will. But yeah, this figure is really nice. Now, in the movie, spoiler alert, by the way, for the movie, if you haven't seen it, but you want to see it, or you haven't seen it, and you don't want to get spoiled, then you know, I'll wave my finger in front of the screen to tell you when the spoiler's over, okay? So, everyone who hasn't seen it, mute the video. Okay, so, now that they've been forewarned, in the movie, Striker Eureka is piloted by is an Australian Jaeger piloted by the two Australian pilots, the father-son team. And this ends up being blown up at the end, which is kind of sad because this was my favorite Jaeger. But, well, my favorite would actually have to be Cherno Alpha, the Russian one. But yeah, this Jaeger is the one to set the record for the most kaiju killed, I think. And, yeah. So, spoilers over. I wonder how many people actually muted. Anyways, getting in closer so you can see some of the details. This is the cockpit of it, and it is very nicely, this whole thing is very nicely painted. Like, the black wash on here is just amazing. I think this is called the Con Pod or something. I know there's an actual name for this, I just forget what it is. There's the hatch on top. You have all this nice molded detail. You got the picture of the bulldog with the missile. You got some stuff. I don't know what it says there in the little writing. But, oh well. You got the tan up here at the front. You got some red going on in here. You got the Striker Eureka logo. I think that's their logo. You got some nice gunmetal for the abs, more of that tan, the nice black wash. The arms are amazingly molded and painted, and look at all that there. That just looks really nice. You got the legs, you got some blue there on the legs. Got some more blue and some gunmetal in the joints there. Some red on the feet. Taking a look at the back, there's Striker butt. You got some red in the joints, which is nice. You have a lot of nice paint in here with the pistons. And even on the back too, you got vents and other stuff. And on the back of the arms too, there's even a lot of molded detail, which is really, really nice. I do love how NECA did these figures. I think that they're just absolutely superb. Most of them, anyways. But yeah, now I'm not gonna call this he or she. I might mistakenly call it he or she, but because it's piloted by two people, it comes with a bunch of accessories. So put it off to the side and show those off. It comes with the bomb, which sadly mine broke because the peg hole wasn't big enough for the peg. So I put the peg in here. Then when I went to pull it out, the peg snapped off. So I gotta get some more glue because I've run out of glue. Once I do that, I will put it on and I'll show the bomb on this once I do that. Comes with See, I did it again. It comes with an alternate chest right there. You get one of these, another one of these. You get 4 blades, and you get these really nice missile effects. Now these didn't come with the original. This, and this didn't come with the original Striker Eureka. This is the Ultimate Edition. This costs about $30, which is pretty good. But you do get these really nice missiles with some flame effect going on behind them there. The gold and silver on these things is just awesome. I really, really do like these. Now all these accessories, except for the bomb, have somewhere to go on the Jaeger. Well, my Jaeger at least. So the bomb would usually just plug into the back. Right there, you just plug it in. But obviously this is broken, so I'll put it off to the side. But you can take these 2 fin pieces here. Now, both fin pieces, their pegs, if you can see, are molded very differently from each other. So, this one goes on the left side. So you just plug it in, and then the one with the peg that's shaped like that has the cut right there at the top, that goes on the right side, and they just peg in just like that, and they give Striker Eureka that more complete sort of look to it with the fins on its back there, which I think looks really nice. Let me just readjust here. Here you go. Now that's Striker. That's pretty cool. Now Striker, I think, was also the fastest Jaeger, and it was, yeah, like it could run in water pretty fast. I'll splice a clip in here now. So yeah, you can see how fast it really was, especially in water. So yeah, this is a fast Jaeger. That's why it looks all slender and nimble with these aerodynamic fins on it. Now, the blades, you do have 2 sizes, a long and a short blade, and they're both detailed the same with the gold at the middle. But they go on simply by taking the long blade and just pegging it into the hole on the top of the forearm. That's where the longer one goes. The shorter one goes right at the bottom. So you just do that on both sides. Longer, shorter, and there you have the blades that are only used in the last bit of the movie. The head turned here. But yeah, and they do store. They do fold up and into the arm. So you can keep the blades on Striker if you just display it normally. And I think that is awesome. I mean, it's a lot better than Gypsy Danger. We have to take the sword and plug it in and always have to take it out. Now, the chest plate, you have to remove the chest plate that's on here now. You just get your nail under that little bit right there and pop it right off. It's just basically 2 pegs that tap into those 2 ports. Then you want to take this chest piece, with the bigger faces, at the bigger pieces facing the bottom. Then there are 2 pegs at the back that'll go into those 2 ports right there. And there you have the missiles that it has in its chest. So you can get it all positioned out for the chest rockets, just like that. And then you can take these, knock it over. You can take these and you can just plug them in to the chest piece here. I like to go like that. That's how I display mine. Now that is cool looking. That is really, really nice looking. That just looks amazing. So yeah, let me just take this off so I can put the normal one on. Now, if I can get it off here. There we go. The missile came out. There it is. So these are made of a softish material, so you don't have to worry about them breaking very easily. These though are made of a hard material, so be careful with these. And obviously, be careful with this. And this is just a chest plate. The swords do tend to fall off a lot, so also be careful with them. I'm just gonna take them off because they will end up falling off in the middle of this review. But yeah, now my figure does have a couple of problems, but those were caused by my family because we had a birthday. I think it was my sister's birthday, and there were balloons at the birthday, so my sister and my dad were hitting a balloon back and forth in where my shelf is full of all this stuff. And this, because I just got this guy at the Toronto Comic Con, he was front and center. It was front and center right in front of the shelf. The balloon hit the shelf, knocked a whole bunch of things over, and unfortunately my leader class Ultra Magnus landed on top of this, thus making all the joints, like, look at that. Like, you have to make this go really high for that to work. The ankle is super loose now, the hips are super loose, the waist is super loose. And NECA, unfortunately, doesn't ship replacements out to Canada. So, that kind of sucks. Because they broke my favorite of the 2 figures that I own from Pacific Rim. And the hips are all cockeyed now and stuff, and it's just, it bothers me. But, what are you going to do? Well, I could ask them to give me another one, but they probably won't. But yeah, this figure's nice. Articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint. It's just very limited due to the collar built around here, so you have to lift it forward in order for it to spin. But it can turn. The shoulders can do a full 360 degrees. They can go out on this joint here, and then on this another joint underneath the shoulder pad, so it can go out all the way. It does have a bicep swivel, single jointed elbow that bends just under 90 degrees, and the wrists can rotate and hinge forward. They cannot hinge back. It does have a double diaphragm joint, so you can get whatever pose you want. I'm just not going to move it, and I will tell you why I'm not going to move it in just a second. The legs can only go forward that far, unless you move them out. They can go forward a little bit more. They can go back a lot more, though. You do have a knee swivel along with a thigh swivel. Knees that don't meet 90 degrees, and the feet are on ball joints. So you can basically do whatever. But yeah, Striker Eureka. Very, very, very good figure. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. And one thing I forgot to show scale-wise is it is the exact same height as a $17 Bionicle. So, yeah, there you go. And next to a Voyager, well, what consists now of a Voyager, just for the heck of it. Here's Hound. And obviously it's going to be taller than Hound, because everything's taller than Hound. But yeah, this figure is amazing. Any Striker Eureka figure is amazing. I think there's like 3 or 4. No, I think there's 4. There's the all black one, the exclusive one, the first release, this release, and then the really, 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 really tall one. But yeah, I would highly recommend that any collector of action figures pick this up. Even if you don't like the movie, these figures are really, really good. But now, the reason why I didn't move the diaphragm joint is because I also own the Anchorage Attack Gypsy Danger. I own that figure, and its diaphragm joint, there was a problem with it. It was standing on the shelf, and this wasn't during the balloon incident. This was just standing there, and it just fell over. you know, it's a typical thing for stuff to do on a shelf is just fall over. But this fell over, and it fell over like, just take Brawl here for an example. There's a deluxe behind it, and it just fell over like this. Just like that, and just kind of rested there. So I saw it, and I picked it up. And when I picked it up, I put it here, and I thought, you know what, let's make the feet more stable so it doesn't fall over. So when I picked it up, the legs stayed where they were, and the entire top torso came with it. So the diaphragm joint, just from that little tiny fall, fell off, and it broke. The ball joint completely sheared off. So I emailed NECA about it, and they said that unfortunately they don't ship to Canada. So what I did was I just super glued the diaphragm. Well, what I did was I shaved down the ball joint where it had broken. It snapped at like an angle. So I sheared that all down with a knife and some sandpaper, and then I took some glue, glued under the diaphragm joint, and just stuck it on. And now it's like that. Diaphragm joint doesn't move anymore. Not like it would only do this. That's all it would do. So, but yeah, this figure, so far, nothing has actually legitimately broken on me. Only joints have become loose because balloons. But yeah, this is an awesome figure, and I highly recommend anyone pick it up. So that has been my look at the Gypsy Danger, the Pacific Rim Ultimate Striker Eureka, the 7-inch scale figure. And I'm That Toy Guy, and stay tuned for my next video.